It's Tuesday night. It is the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series, Series 5, Round 3, live from Sao Paulo, Brazil. My name is Darren Paul. Glad to be joining you this evening for what will hopefully be a night of fantastic racing as our race director instructs everybody to ready up. We should be in for a brilliant night of action. Of course, we are at I say it a lot, but it's the world famous Interlagos tonight for round 3 of season 5, tier 1 of the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. Next time out, we go to Suzuka. A number of these drivers very familiar with Suzuka after last night's Mega Team versus Team 2 season finale. A 1-hour endurance event around Suzuka. Now, if you missed it, don't you worry. After you're done watching these races, it is there on the channel. We go to Alsace in round 5, Mount Panorama round 6, and then to Monza on the final round, round 7. No chicane. I'm still pretty excited to see how that is going to pan out for our drivers. As Elite Digits, well, I'll tell you what, Elite Digits, we'll let them get around to the start of the lap and they can take us through their first qualifying lap. As always, we won't be going with Elite Digits. Let's see what Seth F1 is up to. So, the rules as they have been all season long: no tyre wear, no fuel depletion, standing grid starts. Race 1. We have a qualifying to set the grid. It is a 10-minute qualifying. Race 2 is a reverse grid, 20-minute race. So, however you finish in race 1, you're going to reverse that for race 2. As we've got some technical issues here to start us off today. So many apologies for that. So, as we get back into the lobby, I did fear that situation occurring. Alright. Again, sorry, I do apologise for this. Like I said, round 3. We're at Interlagos, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Named after, well, we'll get into that. Ooh. So we are hopefully back and ready to rock and roll. There we go. Apologies for the delay there. So the rules: qualifying sets the grid for race 1. That's 10 minutes, just as you are normal based on qualifying. Reverse grid for race 2, 20 minutes. So the winner of race 1 will start from the back of the grid for race 2. Pretty straightforward stuff. Race 3 based purely on the results of race 2. So if you win race 2, you're going to start on pole for race 3. We are driving the Peugeot RCZ Group 3 car. Basically an Audi TT in a different name. I don't make the rules, these are just the facts. Let's have a look at the standings. Remember, this is a long championship, 7 rounds, and it is Zinaprinz at the top by a point. Ahead of ART Mohamed Langster is in 3rd. Willie D321 4th. And NLT Bobby in 5th on 69 points. There's 20 points separating 1st and 5th. And it is 16 points for a win. Going down by a point the rest of the way. Big shout out to all of the drivers. We have some very, very quick talent taking part in tonight's event. So, tonight's circuit, it is Interlagos in Brazil, Sao Paulo, named after Jose Carlos Pace, the legendary Brazilian F1 driver, winner of the 1975 Brazilian Grand Prix at this very circuit, Interlagos. He was in the Brabham Ford and he beat Brazilian legend Emerson Fittipaldi. This circuit, they broke ground in 1937. It finally opened in 1940. It is 4.309 kilometers long. There are 15 turns. A lot of them have Brazilian names, Portuguese names, I suppose. We'll get into them once ALT Elite Digits takes us out onto our first flying lap. Elite Digits heading out on the first out lap of the qualifying session. 15-minute qualifying to set the grid for our first race. 15 turns, like we said. Lap record a 1:10.540. That was by Finland's own Valtteri Bottas in the 2018 Mercedes AMG F1 309 EQ Power Plus. A very fast machine there. So there we go. That is admin out of the way. A reminder of the rounds coming up. Suzuka next time. Alsace, round 5. Mount Panorama. We're going to Bathurst. We're going to Australia. And then finally, the Cathedral of Speed, Monza. No chicane. I mean, by that point, you might as well just put it on an oval. And I'm not mad about it. ALT Elite Digits is going to be taking us over. Start finish in just a couple of moments. Zinaprints had the fastest time in practice, a 1:29. As we head into the first corner, or the first complex, the Senna S. And then it's round turn 3, the Curva do Sol. And the first meaningful straight of the race, the Reta Opposto. Then a fairly heavy braker, look at that, down about 3 gears. Left-hander, the Descida do Lago. And again, watch out for that runoff on the right-hand side. It's a double apex corner. He's letting some cars by as he heads into Ferradura. We'll go on board with Terminator through Ferradura into Curva do Larrinha. And the cut back 8 into 9. This is Pinarino. Then up to turn 10, Bico do Pato. Again, this really twisty section, which always catches me out as they go through Magulo. It's turn 11. Always feels way earlier in the lap than it actually is. Around turn 12, that's Juncao. Then a little kink at 13. 14 coming up now. Subida dos Boxes, which is where Mark Webber had that huge crash. And then finally, that last little kink there before the pit on the left was Arquibancadas. Apologies to all Portuguese speakers out there. I hope I haven't grossly offended you and your language. Good evening, Langster. Good evening, Backspace. We've got a couple of qualifying times set. ALT Mohammed a 1:29.696. And remember, ALT Mohammed, a black livery with the yellow and white trim. Currently second in the standings by a single point. Let's check in with Brett Rackett. And again, just running through the order, running through the field. We're going to see a lot of these drivers, all these drivers today. So get used to what they look like, what are those liveries. Willie D 321. Currently in 4th. Oscar X0. Got a lot of clean air. So hopefully able to put in a really quick lap on the super softs. DJ Lawrence, 89. Rocking the Subway livery. Got ART Mohammed all over the back of them. I wonder how that's going to help ART Mohammed. We have a new fastest lap of the qualifying and a new fastest time for DJ Lawrence. Seth F1 in the NASCAR livery. Terminator, white with green and red trim, along with DJ Lawrence up from T2 this season and doing a brilliant job as well. Beaver Boy, red and black livery, not to be mistaken for Brett Rackett's ART Rabid. Look at this. Has he added to this? Has ART Rabid added to this livery in the week? A couple of tweaks maybe, not too sure. But the luminous green is quite something. Elite Digits, Elite Digits, there we go, Golf livery. Throwing the back end right round into Magulo. In fact, no, that was round Pinarino. Zinneprins yet to take part in qualifying so far. So we're going to go on board with ART Mohammed. We've got 8 minutes 50 left. So a 12 car entry as it stands right now. In our 15 car championship. Terminator sets a new qualifying time at 1:31.031. Elite Digits are 1:32.115. Beaver Boy are 1:31. T Rabbit are 1:30. That's quick. It's good enough for 8th right now for Rabbit. So fastest so far was that last lap by Rabbit at 1:36.48. Check in again with Brett Rackett. And Langster, that was 1 and 2 in the last series. Once we're setting times, let's just remind ourselves of what it's all about. Zinneprins leads the championship heading into round 3, 89 points, 88 points for Mohammed. So the top two are right there. But all it's going to take is a really good couple of races from Langster. Maybe a mistake from Zinneprins and Mohammed, and Langster will be right back in the title picture. 17 points, that is, 12 points back of the leader. That is absolutely nothing in this series. You've got 3 races a day. Ooh, light work for these guys. Willie D321 on 75. NRT Bobby, as Beaver Boy sets another qualifying time. Improves on their previous time at 1:31.006. Still doesn't get them inside the top 8. Beaver Boy 13th in the championship on 31 points. Level on points with ART Terminator. Mohammed, provisional pole at 1:29.454. Brett Rackett, provisionally second, only set 2 fast laps. And it's going to head to the pit lane. Art Langster. Yet to set a properly fast qualifying time as well. Seth F1. As we are set for another restart. Ooh. Apologies for this. I'm not entirely sure what has caused the need for the restart. I can only assume people are joining the racing late, the lobby late. And I do apologise. You know, it's just one of those things that unfortunately we have to contend with in the virtual world. I mean, as fans of endurance motorsport or motorsport in general, this weekend we had stoppages in the F1 and even more so stoppages in the Nürburgring 24 hours, where I think it was the shortest race they've ever run. It's overnight. The fog, the rain, it was too much. I think, in fact, primarily the fog was too much. Unfortunately, these are just some of the things that happen in motorsport. So do bear with. Okay, so qualifying has been reset. They've also changed the time of races now. 9:30 AM. Not too sure if that changed from what it was previously. And we're going to have a quick 5-minute qualifying session. We're back! Hi, Darren Paul, bringing you all the action from the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5. It is round number 3. We are in Sao Paulo, the Interlagos race circuit. The pit bug has struck, the bane of the life of many. Oh my goodness, it's Langster. Well, thank goodness that this is the virtual world, but yes, the pit bug. Well known to GT Sport players the world over. As the dog is excited for this 5-minute sprint qualifying session, so barely enough time really. You know, you've got to get out there, get your lap done, and get back in. We're gonna stick with digits, as they're more colloquially known. Elite digits again. Thinks they're back at the Suzuka race circuit, putting it sideways, a little bit of the old Tokyo drift. So being overtaken by Langster. And again, this is just outlaps, getting position, getting comfortable, get a bit of clean air, because especially in the middle to later sections of this racetrack, from turn 7 to 11, it does get quite tight, quite twisty, and setting good qualifying laps with people all around you can be, well, not for these boys obviously, but it can be quite the frustrating experience. We are underway. 3 minutes 15 seconds left of this qualifying period, and it is just a shootout qualifying. As Prince looking like they're trying to make their way on track. Let's be honest, Zenoprinz could start with a lap down and they'd still be a force in this race. Their pace has been absolutely phenomenal so far in this championship, and they lead it by a point over ART Mohammed. As we are nearing... No, we're not. I was going to say, we're nearing the end of the first lap, so we've got about 40 seconds left. As Langster up the hill with the Sao Paulo Seascape just behind. In the final, so on the left is pit in. Won't be needing that during this race today. And Langster set to qualifying time a 1:29.669. Digits with a 1:31.002. Mohammed a 1:29.653. Brett Rackett on provisional pole 1:29.618. ART Seth F1 a 29.755. So some really quick times already. Terminator with a 1:38.90. Beaver Boy a 1:31.477. Rabid setting a 1:39.60. Let's go on board with Brett Rackett. Goes purple in first sector. One over the back with DJ Lawrence. Brett Rackett wants absolutely no mistake. They want to start this first race on pole. It's a 10-minute sprint. And a real sprint. And technically 20 minutes is a sprint. But, you know, compared to 10 minutes, based off of a 5-minute qualifying time as Willie D. 3-2-1. Provisional 6th right now. We're 1:32.17. Goes purple in sector 2. This is looking like a very tidy lap from Brett Rackett. Aggressive. Using a lot of the curb, though barely flirting with it on the inside. Gonna hug this inside line. Don't cross the white line too much. ART Mohammed, a new fastest lap. A 1:29.486. Brett Rackett goes a touch slower. 1:29.887. So ART Mohammed takes provisional pole. Terminator goes faster again, a 1:34.57 for them. Has them in 8th position right now. ART Rabid sets their fastest time so far. A 1:34.95. That's good for 9th provisionally right now. They've got Beaver Boy ahead of them. I think Cineprince has been struck by the pit bug. As drivers are on their final laps. We've got 1:14 left in this qualifying session. I think some drivers have finished their final laps. Willie D321 jumps up to 4th. They might be on the second row at 1:29.695 for them. Who is still driving in anger? ART Mohammed certainly is. Can they improve their pole time? So Brett Rackett went a little bit slower in that sector. ART Langster's going to come across the line. Will they improve? No. 300ths of a second slower. But look at those times. Very, very consistent stuff. Brett Rackett over the line. Can't improve. What about ART Mohammed? Not that he needs to. 1:29.486. Oh, spins it across the line. He's having a bit of fun there. And I think that is pretty much everybody done and dusted. There's Mohammed celebrating their pole. Doing some donuts in front of pit entry. There you go. There you have it. That is the grid for race 1. Remember, 10-minute race. ART Mohammed, Brett Rackett, ART Langster, Willie D321, Seth F1 and DJ Lawrence 89. They are your first 3 grids here at Interlagos. The red lights are on already. Engines revving. We are underway. Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series Round 5. Round 3 from Interlagos. Race 1. And it's Mohammed through the Senna S. Already establishing a healthy lead. over Brett Rackett. Langster's got a penalty already. They've got plenty of time to scrub that off. DJ Lawrence remains in 5th. They're 3 wide going down the back straight away. Seth F1 trying to set something up. Ooh, robust move there against Oscar X0 as we have a restart again, I think. So apologies there, we do have another reset. So another reset, I do apologise. I'm going to give my voice just a moment's rest once we hopefully get this resolved. Team Mohammed letting the people know. Willie D 321. This doesn't make good viewing. Hey, listen. This is a beautiful graphic. Okay. So we're probably gonna have a couple of moments of people remembering where they qualified. So if Mohammed, if you could do me a favour, if you could just start going turning, pedaling some laps out there, that would be great. Because nobody wants to see just this screen for the next little bit. There you go. Elite Digits is setting the grid order. So let's just have a look at the schedule. Interlagos today, 3 rounds as Terminator. Again, representing T2, doing us proud, taking us on some laps of this Interlagos circuit. Suzuka next time, Alsace, Mount Panorama, and then Monza, no chicane. Again, I don't know what that's going to look like. That's going to be quite wild. 3 races tonight, a 10-minute race 1 based on the qualifying results. Then we've got reverse grid race 2, 20 minutes, and then race 3. That is just the results of race 2. So if you finish on pole, if you win race 2, you're going to be on pole for race 3. And there are the standings. Go ahead, find your favourite driver. To be in this tier, you have to be very, very quick indeed. And of course the circuit, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, Sao Paulo, Brazil, opened 1940, so they broke ground in 1937. It took them a good 3 years to get it built. Many will argue that it was absolutely worth the wait. Fantastic circuit, 15 turns, 4.3 kilometers, and a lap record of a 1:10.540. We are ready again. For the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5, Round 3 from Interlagos. ART Mohammed, Brett Rackett, ART Langster, Willie D 321, Seth F1, and DJ Lawrence 89. They are your top 6. They are the front 3 rows of this one. ART Mohammed had a great start last time. Can they do it again? The red lights are on. The revs are rising. And we are underway. The Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5 Round 3. Race 1 here from Interlagos. And again, ART Mohammed with a great start. Willie D 3-2-1. Battling already with Langster. All through the field, we're going to have battles all race long. Oscar X0. It's not the one we want. There we go. Heading down the Reta Oposta. Heavy braking, Desquiro do Lago. As you see, Willie D 3-2-1 and ART Langster already going wide. If you go too deep in there, DJ Lawrence knows exactly what happens. You gain positions. If you're trailing that, there's a little bit of a nudge. That looked like a net code for me. Let's see what else is going on in this race. Brett Rackett at the top. Terminator in 7th. DJ Lawrence falling down to 8th position. Battling with ART Rabbit. Beaver Boy just behind. Something has gone wrong for our series leader, Zenoprince. It's Mohammed, Brett Rackett, Willie D 3-2-1, top 3. As we finish this first lap of racing, or we come close to it, as we go on board with our race leader. Cross, start, finish. 1:34.794, 8 minutes 20 left in this race. Race 1 of 3 this evening. Remember, the winner of this race not only gets 16 championship points, they also get to start from the back of the grid in race 2. But that's a 20-minute race. And if you're quick enough to be winning races, then you'll be quick enough to fight through the field. You've got 20 minutes, that's a lot of time to do just that. Your top 3 remain unchanged. ART Mohammed, Brett Rackett, Willie D 3-2-1. ART Rabid doing it for Daisy. Oh, DJ Lawrence gets very squirrely, spins it around. We're going to have to check out what happened there. DJ Lawrence makes it through there cleanly enough. What caused that spin? Oh, I think they just got the power down a little bit too early. Maybe they were collected a little bit by Beaver Boy. That's Brett Rackett all over the back of Willie D 3-2. ART Mohammed. Willie D 3-2-1, about 1.5 seconds down the road. Josh Wilson, good luck to you. ART Mohammed under pressure from Brett Rackett, goes to the left early, tries to break the toe, works to an extent. Both of them keep it clean, they don't go too deep into that corner. Again, a really easy place to take too much speed in, go too deep. Brett Rackett looking to pull alongside ART Mohammed, not going to happen into this corner. For me, best case scenario for Brett Rackett now is stay tight to Mohammed as close as you can. I don't think this is particularly good overtaking territory. Langster has the fastest lap of 1:29.090. Brett Rackett, and he'll be able to tell better than me right now how well these cars do follow one another. I know the hybrids in the previous series that we've just had were horrendous at times in the wake of other cars. They really didn't like that dirty air. And I do wonder if that is a factor. Because Brett Rackett, who through the first sector was right up to ART Mohammed, but then through the twisty bit in the middle, has dropped back close to a second. Let's drop down the order. Willie D 3-2-1 all over the back of them is ART Langster. Willie D 3-2-1 also has a penalty. It's a 0.4 second penalties. We've got 5 minutes remaining. Angster just looking at the inside, letting them know they're there. Two fantastic drivers at the pointy end of things in the last season. I've had some great battles already in this season, Series 5. Cineprince is back, hopefully able to compete in the other two races today. Seth F1 is in 5th. Have a great view of the battle up ahead. We'll stick with this just for the moment. And again, as with Brett Rackett before them, Langster lost a bit of time to Willie D321. Through that sector from, wow, Curva, the Larangica to coming out of the Juncal. But then right back on them. That is great. Langster's going for it around the outside into the centre S. Can they get it done? Not this time. Willie D able to keep the position. That was good driving, both of them. Again, respect and discipline, two key words that we are going to use a lot about these drivers. Really talented, really sensible drivers in this T1 Series. 3 minutes 30 left. We are going to move away from this battle for just a moment. Seth F1, Oscar X0, ART Rabid, hot on the tail of Terminator. Elite Digits in 9th. DJ Lawrence and Beaver Boy, those two were much higher earlier in the race, but I think they had a little coming together, a little spat, and now they are battling for pride. But also, currently you're looking at the front row for the next race, as Beaver Boy got a little bit sideways there. Back to Willie D321 and Langster as ALT Mohammed continues to lead this race from Brett Rackett. They're coming round for about 2 laps to go, maybe a third they'll be able to sneak in. No, just 2 laps left in this race. Langster still has the fastest lap time with a 1:29. As they look like, have they got it done? They're side by side. And Langster just pulls away from Willie D321. Let's have another look at how they got that move squared away. Dragging right up behind them. And then it's a drag race. Had the inside. Willie D not able to get the position, not able to defend that move. And some really good driving from Langster. And now Langster just needs to try and get away from Willie D. Willie D's penalty has been scrubbed off, has expired. Move to the front of the race. ALT Mohammed with a 1 second advantage over Brett Rackett. That is 1, 2 and 3 with Langster right now. As we're on the penultimate lap of the race. Willie D321 in 4th. Seth F1 5th. Oscar X0 in 6th. Going to go on board with Elite Digits. In 9th, 3 seconds back of ALT Rabid. Final minute of this race. Our race leader, ALT Mohammed, coming across start finish for the penultimate time in this race. Race 1 of 3 tonight in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5. This is round 3 from Interlagos. Again, my dog's excited. If my dog had a social media channel, they would be sharing out that we are watching great T1 racing action. Unfortunately, my dog doesn't have that account. Maybe you do. Maybe your dog does. Get it shared. Use that share button. Smash the subscribe button. Hit the like. Get in the comments. Let us know. Is ALT Mohammed going to win this race? Could ALT Mohammed take the sweep of races this evening? It's Willie D321. Langster's got a penalty. Oh, Langster. Well, Langster gave up the position but wasn't able to scrub off any of that penalty time. Now they have. But again, last lap penalties biting for Lancaster. That is really unfortunate. They looked like they had the race win last week. I think it was round 1, race 1. But were unable to scrub off the penalty in time. And it was Zinneprins who was able to benefit as ALT Mohammed's got the lights flashing. And the victory in the bag. Race 1 goes to ALT Mohammed. Brett Rackett comes home in second. Willie D 321 in third. Lancaster will come across the line in fourth. Seth F1. Oscar X0 fifth. Sixth. ALT Terminator 7th. Rabbit in 8th. Elite Digits will be in 9th. DJ Lawrence 10th. And Beaver Boy will have the pole for race 2. It'll be 20 minutes. Congratulations goes to ART Mohammed, winner of race 1 in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series, Series 5, round 3 from Interlagos. Congratulations, Mohammed, who now takes the lead of the championship. I'll tell you what, this racing doesn't look fun. Doesn't this look entertaining to you? Well, if it does, in the description to this video, to this stream, we've got links to all of our social media, including my Twitter, if you fancy following us on Twitter, at AUEDSTitch, AUEDSTOUCH. We've got our Discord, our Twitter, Facebook, all of that good stuff. Make sure you are part of the conversation. Join us on those social media platforms. And if you want to race in any of the Amigos Racing Team series, make sure you're in the Discord and you check out our website, amigosracingteam.com. He says with no confidence. It is .co.uk. My apologies. amigosracingteam.co.uk. On there has the standings for all our active series. Races every night of the week, all skill levels. You may even see me in a race from time to time, and if you do, heaven help you. So we're waiting for race 2 to get underway. Just waiting for the race director. Oh, there they are. Elite Digits to set the order for race 2. 20 minutes reverse grid based on the winners from race 1. That's Terminator, as ever, trying to eke out that extra bit of performance. In the chat we've got Sergio Guillen. I hope I've said your name correctly. Says joined and raced yesterday in the Monday series and tomorrow's Merc League. Best choice I made. It's a great series. It's a great bunch of lads. The Discord is a very pleasant place to be. And if you're a bit of a novice driver, there are practice lobbies that are constantly being set up by drivers. So you can be practicing, learning from some of these very, very fast drivers. I know Terminator themselves, hope they don't mind me saying this, but have benefited from some time in those practice lobbies. But now is not the time for practice. Now is the time for race number 2. 20 minutes reverse grid from Interlagos. Beaver Boy is on pole. DJ Lawrence 89, Elite Digits, ALT Rabbit, Terminator and Oscar X0, they are your top 6 Zinneprins. Coming into today was series leader. They start at the back of the grid. The red lights are on. The engines are revving and we are away for race number 2 from Interlagos in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series. And again, everybody looking pretty clean as we head to the Senna S. Unfortunately, Zinaprince, something's gone on with what was formerly the series leader. Such a shame. As we go on board with Seth F1 3 wide, with DJ Lawrence just up ahead. T Rabid being squeezed out there. It's Langster trying to make moves, trying to get positions. Already up into 4th. This is fantastic driving from Langster. Trail Seth F1. They've got ahead of ART Rabid. Beaverboy still leads. And with a nice 2-second margin. Great driving from Beaverboy. They've just been able to drive away from the rest of the field. We've seen them do this before. DJ Lawrence in 2nd. Seth F1 in 3rd. Langster in 4th. Rabid 5th. Oscar X0 7th. Brett Rackett up into 6th. ART Mohammed in 8th. Won the first race today. Started right to the back of the grid. Trying to gain position again. If you've got the capability, do share this race out. These drivers deserve as big an audience as we can get them. As Beaverboy leads from pole from DJ Lawrence. Seth F1. We're going to go on board with Seth F1. Once again, they're on what is effectively the back straight. Retta or Posta. The Skidoo del Lago. Again, tough braking sector. We've seen a lot of drivers drifting out wide right, getting it all kinds of wrong today. It looks like everybody makes it through this time, and now they're into the tricky midfield section. Starting with Ferradura. So we're going to see things from Langster's perspective. Langster likes what he sees. And again, it's always good for a driver behind if you've got 2 cars really battling. Great, you're going to build up time. And do you know what? Beaverboy likes this too, because Beaverboy should be away quite happily if DJ Lawrence and Seth F1 are battling. That's brought Langster into things. That's brought Rabid into things. A very congested top 5. And again, if they keep battling, guess who's going to be there? The series leader, ART Mohammed. But it's Beaverboy who is going to take another lap at the head of this racetrack. A 1:30. Oh, Langster with the fastest lap, a 1:29.702. But it is close. It is competitive. Langster, we're going to go on board. They have the fastest lap of this race, a 1:29.702. Got a lot of that Subway Eat Fresh livery just ahead of them. Using that slipstream. Now pulling over to the left. Gets by DJ Lawrence. 89. Does so cleanly. Now their next job. Get Seth F1. Where's Mohammed? ART Mohammed still in 6th. This is looking like a very good opportunity for Langster, but we've got a long way to go. 16 minutes and 6 seconds left in race number 2. As Beaverboy has been reeled in by Seth F1. Seth F1 done a really good job of getting a bit of clear air, bit of space separation from the cars behind, and able to drive away. ART Mohammed hunting down ART Rabid, but Rabid is capable of defending. Capable of slowing cars down. And do you know what? Maybe I'm doing Rabid a bit of a disservice there, because they are more than capable of attacking as well. But right now he wants to try and keep Mohammed behind. Can he catch up on DJ Lawrence? 0.448 seconds the gap as Mohammed just drags up the inside. I mean, when you're quick, you're quick. Will he do 3-2-1? Speaking of quick, has the fastest lap at 1:29.570. Rabid last time with a 1:30. Oh, Mohammed with a 1:29.956. But picks up the penalty. Let's check out the race at the head of the field. Langster gets by Seth F1 and is now looking to get by Beaverboy. And does so That is a great bit of overtaking. Very brave move around a tricky part of racetrack. That was Ferradura into Curva do Larequinha. Let's just take another look at that from Langster's perspective. Just got the move done. No drama, no worries. Seth F1 has also been able to get by Beaver Boy. Beaver Boy's going to look to fight back at them though. DJ Lawrence has ALT Mohammed on the outside. And Lawrence into the wall. Ooh, I don't know. I think that was a little bit of netcode. I think everybody is okay there. ALT Mohammed has gained a position. They're into fourth now. They're looking up the road at Beaver Boy. That's Beaver Boy attacking Seth F1. Oh no! Beaver Boy's going slowly. I think there's been contact. And that is great news for ALT Mohammed, who's got the inside line. Going up. Reta Oposta. They're still side by side. It's a drag race into the corner. And ALT Mohammed has the favourable inside line. Beaver Boy sent to the outside just a little bit. Great job hanging on. Still side by side. As we go into turn 6, into turn 7. ALT Mohammed has the lead. And you can imagine that they're going to hold it through that section of racetrack. What happened here? Beaver Boy side by side with Seth F1. No contact, just got really on the inside. It's a tricky place to be. You lose traction, you lose time. And ultimately, they've lost a position from going from what could have been second position down to fourth. And now they've got Brett Rackett all over the back of them. As we see behind, LT Rabbit, told you he's good going forward as well as defending. Trying to make a move on DJ Lawrence. Willie D 321 as well. All over the back of ART Rabbit. Can he do a 2-for-1? We've seen him do it before. Up the inside of ART Rabbit. That's going to get the move done. Not able to do anything to DJ Lawrence. Willie D 321 up into seventh position. Brett Rackett still hounding Beaver Boy. Beaver Boy with that penalty. That is a bit of robust defending. But gives up the inside line. Last of the late breakers. Brett Rackett gets the move done. Gets it done cleanly. Beaver Boy is right there still. Giving absolutely nothing up. But fourth position. It's now quite the gap to third. 1.5 seconds at the road is ALT Mohammed. Langster still leads from Seth F1. And let's check in with our race leader. That is ALT Langster. We've got 11 minutes 24 seconds remaining. Seth F1 in second. Mohammed in third. Still got that penalty to serve and scrub off. 2.3 seconds off the lead of this race. Brackett in fourth. Willie D 321 still with Beaver Boy. Hounding them. They've scrubbed off that penalty. They're in sixth. This is the battle for fifth position on the road right now. ART Rabbit got past DJ Lawrence. Oscar X0. ART Elite Digits. Oh, look at this for a battle. Terminator. Side by side. It's a drag race. Down the start finish straight. And Terminator has the position. Will he be able to hold it? Will they keep it clean? They do. Look at the respect being shown. Elite Digits just drags round the outside. Can Terminator get them back? Going down. Reta Oposta. Langster still leads this race. Side by side. He's got the inside line again. Terminator. And that, I think, is where you want to be. Absolutely where you want to be. Got half a second just in that 2 turns. That double apex. Now Terminator in a very healthy position. Good move, good clean driving. Terminator and Elite Digits. Terminator up to 10th. We check back in with our race leader, ALT Langster. Still gapping Seth F1, who's got an awful lot of ALT Mohammed in their rear view. Brett Rackett remains in 4th. They've got a bit of breathing space from Willie D, who's got breathing space from Beaver Boy. And that's put them into the clutches of DJ Lawrence and ART Rabbit. Rabbit again, bit of a people's favourite. I did see reference to Daisy in the chat. Brett and Terminator getting all the love in the chat from Alex No Hassle. As does Langster and Rabbit. That's Terminator, aka Lays, getting it done. Moving up the positions. Langster, fastest lap of the race so far, a 1:29.349. That is qualifying pace in race conditions. 2.2 second advantage over Seth F1. This is looking like it's going to be a very good day for Langster. As ART Mohammed still got that 0.4 second penalty, but does have 8 minutes 20 to scrub it off. Bit of lift, bit of coast, bit of braking a bit harder. And they don't have to worry about Brett Rackett right now. Brett Rackett is 2 seconds down the road. They're in view, but they are far from in striking distance right now. So ART Mohammed goes for the move on Seth F1. They've got it done. Can Seth F1 do anything on the cutback as they go through the centre S? No, got to keep it close. You've got that long straight, the Retta Oposta, after they come out the Curva do Sol. Don't forget, ART Mohammed still has that penalty. Seth F1 steps in, line astern right now. Bad news for Langster, because Mohammed is quick and in clear air, very quick. 2.2 seconds to the race lead, but Seth F1 still all over the back of ART Mohammed. Takes a lot of curb there, Mohammed. Be impressed if they don't add to that penalty time for track limits. No, nothing diving, nothing going there. Seth F1 trying to set something up. This is great. Great racing. Let's dive on board with Seth F1. We'll check through the rest of the field in just a moment, but I think this is the race on track right now. As Willie D321 is all over the back of Brett Rackett. But this is for a place on the, well, the second step of the podium right now. Seth F1 is able to bring up the pace a little bit, and you see ART Mohammed weaving, trying to break the toe to Seth F1. That gap is real close, and again, Mohammed hasn't been able to find the opportunity to scrub off any penalty time during that last lap. But ART Mohammed doesn't need to win this race right now. Zinaprin's his main championship rival before this race hasn't been able to compete. One race won. A second in race 2 will be really healthy in terms of the points. We will see. Let's check in with that Willie D321 Brett Rackett battle for 4th position. Two cars, two drivers really battling right now. Challenging one another. Willie D321 about half a second back on Brett Rackett, but as we saw in the Terminator Elite Digits battle earlier, half a second can be lost or gained in 1 or 2 apex. Two very experienced drivers, they know exactly what the margins are. We've got 5 minutes left in this race. I'll run through the order. Langster leads a 1.8 second gap to ART Mohammed in second. Still not able to scrub away that penalty. That is the first time in about 3 laps, I think, maybe longer, that we've seen Mohammed be able to scrub any penalty off. Seth F1 in third. Willie D 3-2-1. Oh, Brett Rackett all over the back of them. They're side by side. Going down Retta Aposta into Desquito Colago. Willie D's got the inside line. Brett Rackett trying to go all the way, the long way round. They're still side by side. They're neck and neck. No, Willie D gets the position. Brett Rackett, are you going to be bold? Are you going to be brave? Last of the late breakers. No, they both keep it pretty sensibly. Round Ferradura. I'd be amazed if we see any heroics through this part of the racetrack right now. But what about when they come out? Brett Rackett is right there. But that's not a passing place. This isn't a passing place either. But now you got the drag up after this left-hander, the Juncao, out to Subida the Boxos. As they head down, start, finish. Brett Rackett has Willie D 3-2-1 in their sights. They've pulled way over to the right-hand side. Again, it's a drag race. Willie D 3-2-1 breaks earlier than Brett Rackett, but only by fractions. 3 minutes left. 2 laps left in this race. Maybe be able to sneak a third. Maybe. Langster still leads from ART Mohammed. Going to have to stick with his battle. Don't think we're going to see anything just yet. We'll follow it to Ferradura and then we'll get back seeing the rest of the field. Top 3 remain unchanged. Rackett not able to get it done that time. The Willie D 3-2-1 looked like they were going slow. They were fine. Langster 1.764 seconds ahead of Mohammed. Mohammed still with that penalty. Willie D still with Brett Rackett all over the back of them. Oscar X0, Beaver Boy, who had the pole. DJ Lawrence in 8th. ART Rabbit 9th. The Terminator, oh, Elite Digits is back, but with a penalty. I know we want to know what's going on with Brett Rackett and Willie D 3-2-1. We'll be checking that, back in with that in a couple of moments' time. But what can Elite Digits do here? Terminator goes very wide. That's going to be great news for Elite Digits. They're side by side, but with that sort of run, surely, yes, got the move done. Now, Terminator has the toe across start finish. Are you bold enough? Are you brave enough? We know Terminator is. So Elite Digits able to scrub off some penalty. Wasn't the smoothest we've ever seen from them, as Willie D has put in the fastest lap of the race of 1:29.317. There's been a change for position. Not too sure what that was. Brett Rackett still on the tail of Willie D 3-2-1. Langster still leads this race. Whoa! Willie D sliding the back end round right then. Langster a 1.5 second gap over ART Mohammed. Mohammed nearly scrubbed off that penalty. He'll be fine coming across start finish. Seth F1 in 3rd. Willie D in 4th. We are looking like getting a final lap. At least a couple of these drivers will. I think Mohammed and Langster will be able to get a second lap in. Yes, they will. So it looks like a final lap shootout. Oh, in fact, just about everybody will be able to get a final lap in. So this is the final lap of the race. Langster leads less than a second now from ART Mohammed. A 1:30 last time from Langster. But ART Mohammed, a 1:29.606 last time. This is the last thing Langster wants thing Langster needs to do. Needs to keep it clean. Cannot afford a late penalty like we've seen in recent rounds. Last week, the race earlier. See Mohammed chipping away at that time. Seth F1 has been left behind. No disrespect at all there. Willie D 321 still in fourth. Brett Rackett still in fifth. We're going to go on board with ART Mohammed. This final section for the final time. Round Jun Kao. Up to turn 13 and 14. Subida the boxes. As they go by Arquibancadas. For the final time, it's gonna be ART Langster with the win. Mohammed in second. Seth F1 in third. Who's it gonna be? I think Willie D's just got it ahead of Brett Rackett. Oscar X0 coming across in sixth. Beaver Boy in seventh. Got to get rid of that penalty. They figured that they had enough distance on Lawrence. DJ Lawrence as ART Rabid, Elite Digits and Terminator. Your race winner, ART Langster. Fantastic performance. Gained 7 positions in that race. Kept it clean under immense pressure in the final laps. Brilliant stuff. And he will have pole for the final race. Race number 3 from Interlagos. We'll be back in a couple of moments. In the comment section, ART Mohammed, bruh, if I had one more lap, I'd have caught Langster boy. But the penalty, well, the finest of margins, and that's why we enjoy motor racing. That's what we love about it. Fine margins can be the difference between victory and coming second. Somebody has just taken to the racetrack. It's Zenoprinz. Oh boy. So Zenoprinz, here's the story. Zenoprinz came in to stay series leader. Has had problems with connectivity or something accessing getting into the races. As we're waiting for Terminator to ready up. What has that meant for Zenoprinz? They've had 2 non-scoring rounds. Two non-scoring races. Hopefully they're back for this one. And if they are, oh boy, we're in for a good time. The final race of the night. Race number 3. Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5. Round 3. Race 3. We're into Interlagos, and there is Zenoprinz in the back of the field. Langster, Mohammed, Seth F1, Willie D, Brett Rackett, and Oscar X0. They are your top 6. The front 3 rows. Saying it for the final time. The red lights are on. The revs are rising and we are underway. As Terminator makes a great start at the back of the field, Langster leads at the front. Very comfortable, making it look so easy. I promise you, it isn't. These grid starts, there's pressure there. You cannot make mistakes. Zinaprints already making hay up to 9th. The Haas liveried Peugeot. Lead Digits applying the pressure. Langster leads at the front from ART Mohammed. This is a race. This is a battle right now with serious championship implications. ART Mohammed won race 1 today, second in race 2, came into the series, or came into this round second in the championship by a point to Zinaprints. They now have the championship lead, but we'll see what Zinaprints has to say about that. We've got 13 minutes and 50 seconds left of this race. It's just underway. ART Mohammed putting on the pressure on ART Langster. We'll check in with that battle. Willie D has Brett Rackett behind him. More things change, the more they stay the same. Seth F1 in 5th. Oscar X0 in 6th. Beaver Boy 7th. ART Terminator with Zinaprints breathing down the neck of them, but great start from the Terminator. You saw how aggressive they were off the line, and it was clean, because if it wasn't, they would have been stopped in their tracks. But Zinaprints able to move up the inside. Langster still leads the race overall. Zinaprints cutting through the field, and we've got the battle that you want to see, ladies and gents. ART Elite Digits, ART Rabid, as Langster set the fastest lap of the race so far at 1:39.948. ART Rabid sends it wide, pushing a little bit too hard. Talking about pushing, Mohammed putting the pressure on Langster. Brett Rackett just behind. Oh, Langster didn't look super comfortable there. Wasn't able to get the power down like you'd expect. And these are the things that happen when you've got Mohammed behind you and you know Zinaprints is in this race. And they are in this race. 7th position on track right now. We will check back with that race for the lead. As Zinaprints is hunting just 3.6 seconds off the lead. And we know how ludicrously quick they are. It wouldn't surprise me if they've got the fastest lap in the race once they come across start finish. LT Langster still has Mohammed behind them. As Mohammed sets the fastest lap, as Mohammed goes around, they're side by side, trading paint. Mohammed gets the move done through the centre S's. Mohammed does have the fastest lap of the race at 1:32.12. Langster pulls to the outside. It's a drag race. Wow, Langster able to make the most of that. Absolutely lightning quick in a straight line. Used the toe, slingshotted around. Great driving. So, as you were, Langster leads Mohammed as they head to Ferradura. And this twisty infield section. Brett Rackett 3rd, Willie D 4th, Seth F1 5th, Oscar X0, Zinaprints up to 6th now. Great move that up the inside as it was of Langster. Zinaprints has missed out. They've got a fire beneath them right now. Elite Digits cutting through the pack up to 8th. Rabbit in 9th. Terminator 10th. Beaver Boy in 11th. I wonder if there has been some kind of incident there as Mohammed gets the lead again. Around Langster, and Langster is going to try and get it back. Going into the centre S. In the toe of Mohammed. Pulls out. Last of the late breakers. Mohammed braked earlier. Langster couldn't get it stopped and turned in time. And now he falls into the hands of Brett Rackett, who has gotten by Willie D 321. And Zinaprints is in 6th. Looking like they're about to move into 5th. They're alongside Seth F1. Still there. Still there. They've got the move. They're clear. Seth F1 drops to 6th. Willie D 321 drops to 3rd as Brett Rackett did get by Langster. is Zinaprinz in 5th. Making their way through this field as ALT Mohammed has a uncharacteristically sketchy moment. Brett Rackett in 2nd, Lungster in 3rd, Willie D 321 4th, Zinaprinz 5th, Seth F1 6th, Oscar X0 7th. Rabid all over the back of Elite Digits. Again, a battle that we've seen before and we want to see again. We'll check in with the battle at the top of the field in a couple of moments. 8:50 left in this race. Zinaprinz, fastest lap of the race, a 1:29.468. That is what he was. Oh, it's a lot. Elite Digits gets very, very caught up on the inside. Just way too much curb onto the grass. Able to keep the position, but they've scrubbed off a lot of time. Rabbit did well there to avoid collecting them. Now they're side by side. Rabbit's going to have the... No, falls in line of stern. They both hit their braking spots. Rabbit ghosts through, serving a bit of penalty. Let's check out what's going on with Zinaprinz. Fastest lap of the race so far. Has Willie D in their sights. To be fair, all they can see ahead of them is probably Willie D 321's car. 3.4 seconds off the race lead. Willie D defending for their life. And that is giving life to ALT Mohammed, Brett Rackett and Langster, as they're able to break away as a tree of their own at the head of this race. 7.5 minutes left in the final race of tonight. It's the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5, round 3. Zinaprinz side by side gets the move done on Willie D. Oh, Willie D takes it away, and robust but clean defending stops any chance of Zinaprinz getting by on the Curva do Sol to the Retta Aposta. Mohammed, Brett Rackett, Langster, top 3. Willie D in 4th. Seth F1 now back into the mix with Zinaprinz again. Can Seth F1 get anything done? Oscar X0 remains in 7th. Seth F1 is looking, poking a nose in there. Again, this is good news for the top of the field. Langster has the fastest lap. Seth F1. Ooh, a little bit of a love tap there with Zinaprinz. No harm, no foul. But that little moment has allowed Willie D a bit of breathing room. Oscar X0 just lapping. Putting in some fast laps, waiting for the race to come to him. Any sort of incident ahead, he'll be absolutely laughing. Top 3 remain unchanged. Mohammed from Rackett, from Langster. Elite Digits trying to set up ALT Rabid. And down the back straight away. Oh, sorry, the start finish straight into the center S. So Elite Digits loses time. Got about 20 seconds on Terminator, who himself have a healthy advantage over Beaver Boy of around a second. Mohammed leads, Brett Rackett 2nd, Langster 3rd, Willie D 321 in 4th, Zinaprinz is in 5th. Seth F1 6th, really hounding Zinaprinz. Seth F1 wants that 5th spot for themselves. Hey, you might be the series leader coming into today, but you see this Bud livery? Something like that, anyway. Oscar X0 is 7th. Rabbit's got that breathing room on Elite Digits. 1.5 seconds. Gonna go back on board with Seth F1. 4.5 minutes remaining in this race. Brett Rackett just sets the fastest time. I think that's the fastest time of the day so far, a 1:29.199. That is lightning quick. Brett Rackett's got a bit of clear air. Nobody behind him to worry about. We've got the toe of ART Mohammed themselves. Incredibly fast. Time of 1:29.844. Last time for ART Mohammed, and a 1:99 from Brett Rackett. Could Brett Rackett take a win from ART Mohammed here today? He's looking around the outside into Ferradura. It's a tricky place to pass. We have seen overtaking moves done there before today, and that has brought Langster back into things very nicely as they head up to Pico de Pato. Now they head down to Magulo, then through that left-hander, then the next left-hander, Junkao. Now we've got that top three really distinct, really close together. Again, penalties for Langster. They're not major penalties, not huge, but he has to he has to get rid of it. 0.3 seconds of a penalty. We've got 3 minutes left, so 2 laps remaining of this race. Brett Rackett going for the lead. ART Mohammed, they're side by side. They make a little contact maybe. Rubbing is racing. It's all clean right now. ART Mohammed able to maintain the lead over Brett Rackett. Into the slipstream. ART Mohammed with the inside as well, so that's going to be his spot right now. But Brett Rackett is right there. Absolutely right there. Can he get the move done? He's running out of opportunities in this race through Ferradura. Into Curva do Laranjija. Not able to get it done this time. What about Zinnerprins and Seth F1? Oh, Zinnerprins. Looks like they took a lot of inside curb there. Wasn't enough for Seth F1. But again, that is a challenging place to make a move. Let's see the story with Elite Digits and AFC Rabbit. Elite Digits taking a lot of inside curb there. Touching the grass. Both these guys driving very aggressively. As Beaver Boy goes around the outside of Terminator. Terminator just gets it right back. That was awesome. And now Beaver Boy again. Do these guys know that this is not a great overtaking part of this track? Looking almost like a drifting event or something. As they're switching position back and forth through this tricky infield section. We are into the final lap of this race. ART Mohammed leads from Brett Rackett as Langster was there for just a moment. And that is almost certainly the race victory. Tied up for ART Mohammed. Willie D 3-2-1 still in 4th. Zinnerprince still in 5th. Seth F1 is in 6th. Oscar X0 in 7th. Let's go back to the front of this race, the pointy end of proceedings. I think we are going to run out of time for another lap, so this could well be the final couple of corners. 15 seconds left. Can they get a cross start finish for another lap? I know Brett Rackett, I know Langster would love another lap right now. I think they might just get it done. Time has expired. The race is over. ART Mohammed is the winner of race 3. Brett Rackett just comes across the line ahead of Langster. Willie D 3-2-1 in 4th. Zinnerprins 5th. FF1 6th. Oscar X0 in 7th. It's going to be ART Rabid coming across in 8th. Elite Digits in 9th. Beaver Boy and Terminator. The final battle on this racetrack. Beaver Boy's got that penalty to scrub off. We're going to go on board with Terminator. Waiting, waiting, waiting. I think Beaver Boy is just going to eat the penalty. And Terminator will finish in 10th. The winner, ART Mohammed, just over Brett Rackett. But another masterful race from ART Mohammed. A clean victory. Congratulations, ART Mohammed. And congratulations to all of you for watching what I hope you have found to be some great racing tonight in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint Series 5, Round 3 from Interlagos. Like we say, next time we are in Brazil. Sorry, we're in Japan. Next time we go to Suzuka for what will be another enthralling set of races on a Tuesday night. Awesome racing from everybody. Very clean, very skilled. We've only got 7 days until we get to do it all again. If you've enjoyed it, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, press the bell icon, do all that good stuff. My name is Darren Paul. Thank you so much for joining us for the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints Season 5. And this was round 3 from Interlagos.